More than a that, more than a that.
Join the More Than a Dad family by following us on Instagram, subscribing to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to join our Facebook group for daily questions, motivation, dad jokes, and new dad tips. If you enjoy our podcast, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Be sure to like, comment, and share our content with other parents. Last but not least, make sure you check out our new merch. The link is in the bio of our Instagram as well as the description of this YouTube video. We are truly grateful and thanks for supporting More Than a Dad. Welcome to More Than a Dad podcast. I'm your host, Lou Mobley. I'm joined by the coolest guy on earth, Dre Moore.
It's good.
And I got my dog in the building.
It's a fact.
Listen, man, I got the friend that I didn't even know I needed for real in the building, man. Like,
big facts. It's like we knew Maul our whole lives, cuz.
you know, we got Jamal Wilson in the building. What's up, bro?
What's going on, my guys?
What's up, bro?
My guys.
No, man, we always start off, man. How's dad life?
Tricky, but it's good. Constantly learning, figuring out new ways like to just be more productive, especially with the little ones, man. You gotta like create out of nothing, especially nowadays, COVID, work, everything. But it's fulfilling though. It's really, really fulfilling, especially now.
You know, last time we sat down with you, we was on a different podcast with a different vibe, you know, with a different focus. And one of the things you shared over there was being a professional basketball player overseas and watching the birth of your firstborn on FaceTime. Yeah. And we on a dad platform, and we kind of need you to tell that story.
We jumping right in.
Right in. Second worst time of my life ever. Depressed, stressed, all of the above in which you.
What country you was in?
I was in Latvia. I swear to God, the sun ain't come out the whole time I was there. Like, no lie. Like,
make sure you speak into the mic,
like
bro.
The sun did not come out. Like it looked like Transylvania. Like
it was dark all the time.
It'd be 80 degrees outside. Like I got there in like the later of the year, right before it starts to get right before fall, and literally, man, it'd be 80 degrees outside, sun out, and it's just like dreary. Like everything was just bad about this. Like I'm not knocking the whole country, but it was tough. It was tough. Black cloud.
It wasn't a good mood, huh?
At all. So with that, and then I had just got like banned from like all the gyms, like. Over there, once you start to kind of like move away from the team, they just start treating you all types of ways. So, second worst, I'm just the lowest. And me and my lady had already planned on like I would leave there in October, make it home for Halloween, Juice's birthday, Halloween, make it there Halloween, and come back to play. None of that worked. Like none of it even happened. So. I'm sitting there. I remember it was Halloween. That I think we were a little bit, like a couple hours before here, and her mom had the phone, and it cut right into them having to like induce her. Juice was taking. He was like 2 weeks late. He was supposed to come on the 19th. So instantly the camera cut on. Like I was already like balled up, crying a little bit, just on the strength of, I didn't get to go home. You know what I mean? I had it set in stone. Like I'm gonna make this. Like this is one of them milestones I ain't gonna get back. And the call. So I'm already in my feelings, just like I ain't there. So her mom got the phone over Indy face, and when I just remember it was happening so fast. I just remember Indy like kind of like nodding out. And it was like, that was my first time, like I started crying because I thought she was like, forget Juice. Like, if I had to make a choice, keep her or the baby, like, yo, keep her. Like, we can make another one. Like, that's what I was at.
That's
like,
crazy.
Yo, like, I'd have chose my girl. Like, no lie. I already had, it's crazy because I was so afraid. I was ready to make the choice. Like that's how bad it looked at the time.
From the video.
Yeah, Jefferson Hospital.
Hey, he was born at Jeff.
Yo, man, they did my
Jeff
man.
was crazy because
It's
I got a story
crazy,
about
man.
Jeff too.
Crazy. But so I'm already, like I said, I'm looking at her like, damn, I'm about to watch my lady die on this table. I didn't know a C-section, how they just pull the organs out and sit them to the side. I had no idea. So like literally on the other half of that table, like I caught a glimpse. Her mom went behind it, and I'm just like, yo, is those her like
Insides.
yo, yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, I was like, yo, did she gonna go back to normal? It was like, yo, it was tough. It was tough. Yo, yo. And I just remember like the last time they finally got Juice out, he was a lot longer. So, you know, Indy's tiny. Get him out, and then I just remember her finally like passing out, and I'm like, yo, I just watched my lady die. My lady just checked on me, like, so I'm losing my mind though, like, but Indy, like, she a soldier, man. Shout out to her. She popped, you know, popping in and out, and kissed him right before they took him away, and I don't know, it was something about that kiss made everything real. Like, okay, I'm responsible for somebody now. Like, from that little exchange between him and her, and it was just like, that was one of the worst, best times of my life. Like, I'd never change that, but I would like change that. Like,
I'd have been there.
Yeah, like,
No, Dre, you said you had a story about Jefferson Hospital.
Jeff was crazy, man. Like, man, when Donnie went into labor with Lil Dre, I get the call. It's early in the morning. It's 3, 4 in the morning. Hop in the wheel, race down to Jefferson. First of all, I called the whole team. I be trying to tell people this, man. I had the whole team in the waiting room when Lil Dre was born. I probably had like 10 people, and then, like my whole support system was there, man. We was deep. They camped out with me for like 20 hours, however long she was in labor. They stayed and rocked out the whole time. But when I first got down there, it's like a security guard at the window, and I'm like, yeah, you know, like my girl, she having a baby, whatever. So they like, oh no, you really can't go back. Like, we're not gonna let you in. They like, oh, like she got somebody back there. Like, they got like a limit. Her grandma was back there. I'm like, man, well, you gotta go get her grandma. I'm like, out of there. Like, it's not her grandma and baby. So they like giving me the run around, like dragging their feet. So I'm like panicking, snapping, because in my mind, I'm 19. I don't know how long it take for babies to get here. And my mind is pressing, like I got to get to the back because she gonna have the baby. So like I just remember just snapping, and like it was like a lady behind me, and the old head was with her, and old head behind her, they together. So I just hear her behind like, no, young boy, go ahead, fight for what you fighting for. He's snapping, like I'm snapping on security, he's snapping with me, like, yeah, young boy, go ahead. So his lady trying to tell him to chill, like, yo, you drunk, because she see, like, I'm getting more amped because, oh, he got my back. Like, I don't even know him. But like, it just was the whole pile, like, they really, the service just was trash, dog. Like, the explanation was just, like, non-existent of, like, why y'all just not about to go up and tell her grandma, I'm like, yo, I'm here. She got to move out the room, cuz.
No, I got a story. You know, Osa was born this year, bro. And I feel like my wife was really born to deliver babies because she like, you know, my girl tall and, like, long. Like, she really, like, Serena Williams, she, like, really built to, like, make these Olympians, like, you know. Anyway, she was like in a lot of pain, and I think my mom was like, "Are you going into labor?" And she was like, "I don't know. I think it's like, you know, what is it called, Bryson Hicks or something like that." Braxton Hicks. She was like, "Yeah, I think it's that." My girl was in that for like hours, just thinking it was that, and she really was. Osa was coming, right? My kid, Osa's born. Both my kids are born at Crozier, so. We get to Crozier. We in the middle of COVID. This is like 8 months ago, right? So we get to Crozier, and I walk her in, and we get Miss Thomason on to take Manny. They meet us at the hospital, exchange car seats. Manny go with them, and I go in with V. So we go in there. They take her straight back, and they left me in the waiting room in Crozier and Chester. And I'm like, yo, I gotta be with her. She FaceTiming me, babe, I'm in so much pain. Like, she making me anxious. Cause like, she like, I need you here.
That's
and, you know,
how it be,
right? And it's like, y'all gonna make me get like locked up because I'm about to go
Right,
be
'cause
with my
now you
lady.
got-
Right?
right.
So she like, and then they went into this full protocol on me. They went into this whole. She need to take a COVID test. You got to make sure you ain't had contact in 14 days. And this is the kicker, y'all. That y'all gonna be dying. So I'm in there. It's like 6 people in the waiting room in Chester at Crozier. You know, people be in emergency for shelter and shit. You know what I mean? I'm just call it what it is. Like they be in
with
there,
all the smokers, though.
right? So it was this one old head in there who just kept messing with everybody. And if you know me, like I could be like real jokey and then I could get real serious. So old head was in here messing with everybody, and I seen that he was getting his product to come mess with me. Like he was getting himself together. And he over here tripping. He off whatever he off, right? He come up and you got a couple of dollars. I'm like, old head, get the fuck away from me, dog. You know what I'm saying? And then I went up to security. I said, you better get him. You better get him. So I started pacing back and forth. I said, if y'all gonna let me act a monkey in here, because at this time he started going crazy. He started trying to walk back behind the doors. Like he was trying to walk into the ER. And he came back in a wheelchair playing with it, running it on one side, running into the wall, and nobody was stopping. And mind you, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. Nobody was stopping. They didn't really want no trouble. And I'm like, so y'all gonna let him do what he want, but I can't go be with my lady. So I started getting aggressive. If you know me, it's only but so long I'm gonna stay at this trying to be logical, professional. Hey, bro, I need to go. Go call her again. Is the COVID test in? And eventually I went and stopped pacing. So you want to sit down? No. Man, the lady at the front desk was like, called, and I went right up there.
Real quick.
And it's crazy because it seemed fast, but actually in time, it was really 2 hours. I really waited for the results of I was down there with that nonsense for 2 hours.
Yo, what if Cuz gave you the COVID?
Cuz was like, he came back.
Yo, Cuz in there going crazy.
No, he came up to me 3 times.
Right.
Hey, Mo, he came up to me 3 times. He came up asking for money. He asked me if I knew such and such. He asked me if I was from somewhere. And if we weren't in a hospital, if somebody asked me for any of these things, I'll up top on somebody.
She was in there harassing.
Yeah,
You know,
it'd be crazy in these hospitals, man.
Bringing it all back, we all just told our stories about our experience in
Some crazy
hospitals.
stuff in some
But bringing it
hospitals,
all
man.
back, one of the things I really wanted to ask you was, what was it like to finally be in person when your daughter was born?
That was the.
You
It
cried?
like filled the void. Yo, yeah, for sure. I cut the umbilical cord. and
Yeah,
all
I
that.
cried too. Both my kids, I cried.
Yeah, I definitely did. I'm a sensitive boy.
Nah, listen. I just want you to express that.
Yeah, I'm a sensitive boy. Look, I'm definitely a sensitive boy. I feel like sensitive got like a bad
rap.
Yeah. But no, like it's like conditioning has made it bad too.
Right.
Not just the bad rap, but like years of a bad rap for a
Right.
man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My daughter, I realized I was insecure. And they know it. Wondering why I feel like this. And I really don't know how to say it or like why, but I ain't think like this till she came around.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like with my daughter, it didn't fulfill what I missed with Maul because that's one thing. Part of breaking my cycle with my 2 will be is understanding that they're 2 different kids. They're not. You can't raise 3 kids the same. They're not the same people.
Right.
So my daughter, like, it's weird because they got a different type of energy that come from me.
Right.
Like Maul, like I remember me and his mom got into an argument, and I was trying to like, man, I'm out. I'm gonna take a ride. You know what I mean? And as I was leaving, Maul was standing there like with the don't leave face. And the don't leave face reminded me of this time when I was his age and it was happening. And then it was one of them, like, you remember how Raven used to have that?
Like the vision or
Yo, it was
that's
like one
the
of them.
reason, yeah.
And I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't believe in you know how people be like, I saw spirits or it's ghosts or it's none of that stuff has ever happened to me in my life. I'd be like waiting for that. Like I will personally go places and be like, I hope a ghost come through here so I can see.
I was about to say that more damn Ghostbuster.
Yo, but I be waiting for that experience. It's only like a couple people. Indy told me a story that I truly do believe. Like I do believe that, but like I be like, man, it don't happen to me. But this vision with Maul.
He disappointed as
Right.
hell. Ain't he?
Yo, disappointed.
Maul be trying
Yo.
to live everything to the
I
fullest,
mean, I'm
cuz.
disappointed. Yeah, you got to. That's what I found out. Part of being a dad is too, like the experiences, like, cause money is really not worth nothing no more.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like materialistic things. Once you get what you got, or get what you want, you'd be like, you know, my list is shortened, cause now it's like I want to see Maul do. I don't know, like when I was a young boy, I used to say like when I have my son, I'm gonna let him paint his room.
Right.
And it's going to be however he want, like pencils, paint, whatever. You can deck this whole joint out, and we're going to decorate to it. So literally, it might be some handprints on the ceiling, some scrabble from when he was 8 from over there, but we've been here for a couple years, so he 13, so he got something new over there. It's just all his work. I was thinking of that when I was like 7. Like I was 7 years old. Like I can't wait to have a son. So he can have a room like that. Cause you know what I mean?
Live out what you was trying to do.
Hey, bro, he just said he was 7 thinking about being a pop.
Yo,
Special.
that was my conditioning, man. I was taught how to love. I didn't really get what I was supposed to get. So that was a part of the reason, like, why my kids brought them feelings started to make sense.
Right.
Like, my mom didn't really kiss me and hug me a lot, like, be affectionate. And it was a specific reason why that I just found out. So it's funny because when I was dealing with girls before Indy, any girl that like didn't tell me like one of the things I love about Indy is that she never complains about my lips being wet. My mom used to be like, yo, don't kiss me, your lips are too wet. Like, get your lips off me. That's all I really remember. You know, no knock to my mom, but
Right.
I wanted to kiss you and I couldn't. So I would, if any girl would never tell me my lips was wet, I low key liked you. Like, you know, and now you see why I like you. Like, yo, I ain't get it, but you, dang, she ain't tell me my lips was too wet.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Girls be funny about stuff like
you
that.
know what I mean? So it's just like with my, you know, you start to think a little bit different when you get your little ones. Like, and the girl, like I said, the insecurities, you start to see like what you really not okay with, what you are okay with, and then today, like, you know, everybody in here can speak to trying to do it all with how we living, like COVID, and still trying to fill your own cup up. You know what I mean? You emptying out and everybody not feeling like they giving it back to you.
That's a
while trying to be like low key. I be feeling bad for them sometimes. Some nights I come in, I'm like, I'm so tired, I can't do nothing, but I really want to take them to the museum steps.
Right.
I'm not, because I'm tired. Like, and
you're entitled to that though, man.
Yeah, I mean,
you're
know
entitled to that.
And I struggle with that. That's one thing I can honestly say. Like,
I mean, if you don't recharge yourself, who gonna do it? You gonna be if you get burnt out completely, then you're not never gonna do it. So you need them little breaks. You gotta accept that.
That's a sign. I was supposed to hear that again.
You gotta accept that, bro.
That's a sign. I struggle with that so bad, like so bad.
Bring the mic closer to you a little bit. I want to ask you just a little bit about like you talking about. We always talk like that about filling up a cup. You know, because I always say, man, I'm close to being burnt out. I'm doing everything Maul. Because Maul, like me, Maul be cooking in the crib. He always got the kids. And I be like, I really want to ask you, like, what do you do to recharge? Like, if you're not being refueled, right, somebody's not pouring into you, right? Because that's how I see it. I have a cup of water. I pour into my kids, into my wife, and then whatever left is for me. And sometimes it ain't nothing left, right? So then you running on E, right? What is your self-care? Where's your, how you recharge?
I don't know. I'm currently in the process of figuring that out. But I will say what helps me, like, I didn't realize how much I need to be reassured. Like, I really didn't know that. I thought I was cool, but I really wasn't. You know, I'm just keeping it a buck. Like,
you know love languages, right?
Absolutely.
So I'm an affirmation guy too.
Okay, yeah.
I run through a brick wall for you if you tell me you love me.
You know what I mean?
I think that's what football and sports taught us.
Yo,
coaches brainwash us, bro. All you coaches brainwash me.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy though? Like, so to answer your question, I refill by actually reminding myself. it's hard. Like, this one of them, the cliche things to say are literally like the ones that'll change your life, but them joints be like impossible to get through. Like, it's like a timing thing. You trying to get them when you want.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I wish tomorrow I could wake up and not have anxiety. Ever.
Right.
Like, I wish I could just be like, all right, tomorrow at like 8 a.m. I'm gonna wake up and that ain't gonna bother me no more. Right. Think about your decision making, how it's gonna be now that that's gone. Like, you know what I mean? You done erased 6, 7 obstacles. But reminders, dog, just really, really looking in the mirror when I'm brushing my teeth, like, yo, you enough. Like, this, you enough. You do enough.
So you be seeing them cliche things like women be writing like sticky notes to themselves on the mirror.
It's real.
You think that helps you?
Yeah, because I'm a everything visual for me. Like, I'm gonna keep it real. Like, down to sex is visual. Like, you have, think about it. Like, if you make it black and white, like, the visual of it is where will get you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah.
You done probably seen some things that were alike,
Right.
but the visual of one particular made that one better than the rest.
Right.
You feel me? The visual. Because if you imagine a blindfolded,
you don't even know the
you
difference.
don't even know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the visual aspect to it. So you know how if you look good, you play good.
Yeah.
You look
I'm
good,
that
you
bull.
feel good,
I'm
feel
that
good,
bull.
play
I'm
good.
if this feels good, because I was never told I was enough. I was never told that this was it. I was never told that those was the missing pieces, and they come back and get you later on. So like, that's why now to fill my cup up, because the biggest thing the biggest thing with me is I feel like I'm the best. You needed me to win. I mean, you just had this conversation. You needed me on your team to win.
Right.
Because it don't matter what it is. I'm a hybrid. I can do everything. I'm a chameleon. You know what I mean? But sometimes
I'm a chameleon.
I get
I
lost.
was trying not to think about that shit, bro. Chill.
Drake was trying hard not to think about something.
Yo, shout out to Chris Palmer. He called me one
That's
day.
a funny boy right there. Shout out, Chris.
He said, I'm a chameleon.
He said I'm a chameleon. Chill, cuz boy might slide on us.
Yo,
man.
I'm sorry, Ma. I don't mean to interrupt.
I was trying. That's all you seen it in my face.
Drake's face got all tight. He was trying to hold on to it.
I'm like, yo,
He turned red.
because you was draw. I knew you was about to draw.
He said the wrong adjective.
Right,
He described himself the wrong way.
And I knew you was behind. That's why I wasn't even trying to turn around. I'm like, I'm just gonna look at Maul because I knew he gonna be back there fooling.
Chris, they love you, Chris.
Hey, you, cuz.
Oh my God.
Go ahead,
Nah,
bro.
but no.
You needed me to win.
Yeah, I feel like you needed me, and when you having me, like I'm the best. Like, you know how usually blue collar guys aren't as talented as the superstars.
Right.
Well, I'm the most talented blue collar dude there is.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's a fact.
So that's not on even. I ain't even talking about sports right now. I'm
fact.
talking about in life. I like, if you know what I mean. You don't gotta drag me or worry about throwing me over your shoulder to go through something. I'm gonna hold your hand. If not, protect you the way through.
Right.
The biggest thing in life that's hitting me is understanding the real differences in people. Like, me and Indy are like an awesome fit.
Right.
I'm A to Z. She's everything in between. You know what I mean? Like I said, she need if she can win, I'll wingman. That's what I'm best at. I realized I'm a good support piece. And our thing is, I'm not used to somebody healing the way they heal. Indy likes to go in the room, pull a cover over her head, sit there till she ready. I'm not coming out till I'm fixed. Where I'll be at the door crying, like, come out here, come love on me. Like, you can't do this to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that, you know what I mean? Because when I'm, like, the world will be ending behind me, but I'm like, it's all good. Like, I won't let you see it. Right. When ultimately that's wrong. I probably need time. I probably should go fix myself for a little bit. But that in itself is where, like, our dynamic, all of the things comes from. Like, it works and where everything comes from. So, like, just them physical affirmations and that love language to myself. Like, You don't trust yourself, you can't trust nobody. I ain't trust myself for a minute.
Yo, every time I see you or every time I talk to you, bro, like all I can think about is like this dude is nothing like what he looked like, yo. Bro, like every time I see you, it's like tattoos, grungy, and then you start talking, it's like it ain't no way this guy is supposed to be this intact with his feelings. Like it's just not even real. Like it's crazy.
Yo, man, it's funny because like I get judged everywhere. Like everywhere.
I guess I'm judging. I love you, but I guess I'm judging you.
No. Yo, it's see how it's crazy. Everything today got such a negative like connotation. Judging. Who said judging is really bad? You got, but you gotta have a good judge of character.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
you know what it is? It's a do not enter sign for Maul. That's what it is. Like, you know how Maul is. He real. If Maul love you, he love you. I don't think he got the ability to share that with everybody. So that is this.
I don't think that's true.
I think it is
I think
true.
I think
I think it is very interesting.
No, I don't believe it because Maul, me and Maul went somewhere on South Street. He talked to everybody in this donut shop, bro. Like Maul spoke to every living thing in the donut shop.
Just but that's surface. How deep is he gonna go with that?
I mean, but my thing is that's still out of I don't know, that's not common, right? For somebody to he gravitating to people's energy. You know what I mean?
You know why I can say it's common? Because I do the same thing.
On the bus.
You know me, just like you say, I could take Dre anywhere and Dre gonna talk to whoever I know is gonna be cool. They gonna get along. Everybody gonna rock with Dre. I'm not gonna rub nobody the wrong way. I'm not gonna give my life to everybody though. But I could be open with these people that's in here.
You could be social.
Yeah, that's easy.
What do you call it? This was like an extra intro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But if you look at Maul, it's going like you would have to truly be interested in him to say, right, I'm gonna go and we're gonna form this. Because a lot of people just gonna be like, he look a certain way.
Do you think like
I don't think it's a conscious
I
thing.
think women are interested in guys that, you know, whatever. I'm about to say, do you scare women? Or are women curious about you? When you go on job interviews, do people be sitting there like you got tats up to your neck, bro? Like, you know what I mean? We don't know. You might come in with a low cut today and then you might show up with braids or a fro.
That's so funny, man, because low key, I think that as y'all were talking, like I'm a fly on the wall. It's just funny hearing people talk about me in the third person and I'm looking 6 to 9, like, you know what?
Right.
But it's funny though, because I hate attention. So like I remember like I hate attention so much that like being in college, you know how they had the camera on you when you're like trying to warm up and all that. Yo, have y'all ever really seen that? Like that's the worst. Like it really be a big camera in front of you, wires all in front while you really trying to get loose. Like I used to really try to duck the camera. Like hey, get somebody else. Like why you gotta get me? Like you know what I mean? But I say that to say like with the attention thing, like everywhere I go, you know, it's the trap. He look like he trapped. You know what I mean? Until we talk, or even like you said, just the energy. Because I don't know, like it's like a gift and a curse being an empath,
right?
Because you can you just feel stuff like, but at the same time, it be pressure. It be pressure. It be a little bit of pressure, but it's all about like how you utilize it. Like I love when somebody judge me and I can see it. And then I purposely get you, and when I get you, you was wrong. Like you was wrong,
right.
And that them being wrong, like you know, I'm just walking away from somebody down JFK, and I watched them watch me the whole time. We was walking away. I'm like, yeah, I know. Yeah, like you know,
see,
like don't judge, don't.
That's
judge,
why I
be
got.
kind,
That's
like.
why it got to be genuine. All right, so being as though that like you're an awesome dad, I want to ask you about like your relationship with your dad.
So ask me. You gotta be more detailed.
Like, what was your relationship with your dad like?
Never had one. Met him when I seen him a couple times. Like I remember I was a young bull, like 5, 6. I remember he came to a park I was at, tried to wave me over a couple times. But then the cops would come take him away.
Hold up, cuz. Hold up. What you mean? Like just wave you over, like just some dude in the distance?
Yeah, like so I remember I was like 5 years old. Long story short, 5 years old. We were sitting in like a brown Honda in Norristown on Cherry Street. This is the first time I had ever seen him, like ever seen him. And he was talking to me. He's like, "Yo, I love you. And I want to be around, but some things that gave me that talk." So, bam, after that, I ain't seen him for like another year. Like I'm sorry, like a year. But I was playing in a park,
Right.
like shooting at a park, and he came to the gate of the park, and I seen him, and I started to walk over. But when I was walking over, he was like, wait. So I stopped. Cops pick him up, throw him in the back of the car, drive off. Like, yo, damn, throw him in the back of the car. This happened the same way I just said that again, like a couple months later, happened the same way. So fast forward, I don't see him again until I'm like maybe 18, 19, something like that,
Right.
teenager, right? So and then it was just really, what's up, I was so used to single parent mom, I thought everybody's situation was like mine. So not having a dad, I thought didn't affect me. It was just normal. My mom was supposed to do everything. So that's how I came up. So bam, here he is. If you ask me then, it don't have no effect on me. He was never there, so I don't like miss nothing.
Do you think that goes into your parenting?
Yeah.
Okay.
So bam. So now, we talk now. We got a relationship now. We, we definitely talk now. But him not being there absolutely, definitely has everything to do with just like me wanting to be there for my kids. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's just like, I'm by heart a pleaser.
Right.
So, which another gift and a curse. You know what I mean? Don't know when to stop. Don't know who to, please and who not to. So, people pleasing, just making sure everything is cool is like my thing. I was taught that. And with my, lacking specific support, I always be trying to think like, how come, like somebody in my situation, same situation, but how come he reacts to things differently?
Right.
Like, how come he's not, like, really, I thought sensitive was really bad, but really, I could feel for anybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you hurting, damn, it sucks because I'll start hurting too. Stuff like that. Not having my pop as that specific confidence. Like, your parents is really your first friends. Think about it. You go to school, kids bust on you, hurt your feelings, you come home. Imagine when you got like a big brother or your pop, somebody that in their eyes, they tell you that you're handsome, you're perfect every morning. So at school, like Juice, for example, my son.
Right.
When I was 8, you would have bust on my gat, teeth, whatever. Inside, I'm dying, crying, probably crying, coming home, want to rumble. Now I want to fight. Ma is like laugh at you, smile back, like, you know what I mean? Complete different, you know what I mean?
Because he got a different dynamic.
Exactly.
And it rolled off of him.
And it rolls up. That's that confirmation that I am doing what I'm supposed to. Like in the car the other night, a couple months back, I was telling him, sometimes I don't like myself.
Right.
I'm like, I don't like myself. And he's like, you don't like your skin? I'm like, yeah, I don't like being in my skin. I think my skin not good enough sometimes. And he was like, his exact words, I let Maul curse. You know what I mean? I let him do it. He never curses in school. That's one thing, because I feel like I'd be a bad parent if I told him not to curse as much as I curse in front of him. So it's like, yo, it's a time and place. It's a way you use it. I give them to him in the positive, like, they words of emphasis. You know what I mean? So Maul like, damn, you don't like your skin? I swear to God, this what he say. Yo, we in the front seat on Ridge Avenue, Acme. You don't like your skin? And I looked over at him. I'm like, yeah, sometimes I hate it here. He like, I love my skin. And he sat back, bro. I almost cried because I'm like, I wish I knew what that was like at 8.
Right.
Damn. So to answer you, my pop not being there in them specific slots where I wake up out of nowhere like, damn, I just had this wild ass dream. Why do I feel like this? Like an emotional dream. Why do I feel like this? My mom can't tell me. I hear the therapy wave. I hear it. But the flip side of reopening closed wounds,
Right.
and you got to deal with them by yourself.
Right.
The therapist is gonna coach you, teach you, and manage you, but that cold turkey at night is that you not gonna be there. That's me by myself.
That's a
So, with all that being said, like the specifics, dog, like I'm trying to figure out what Maul and Solar, they're different. So they love even feel different. With Maul, it's like it's a second chance. That's why I'm able to close basketball and everything I think I failed at, I closed it with him because it's like me.
Right.
My daughter is more so like, it's different. It's almost like when she hugs me from behind, because she's almost like not as affectionate as Juice. Juice will let me hug, kiss all on him. You know what I mean? I will hug and kiss him till I can't.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm one of them dads. I kiss my son. You know what I mean? My
kiss
son
my
don't
son.
even, he won't even greet you with a handshake. He gonna greet you with a hug. And it throws guys off so much, and I love it. Because everybody's so cool and too masculine to hug. You know what I mean? They be young boy, he run up and hug him. Like, yo, yeah, that's love right there. That's where he come from. He come from that. You know what I mean? So with her, she actually has the fill your cup up type joint.
Right.
And I felt that one day because she's not as affectionate as Maul. Solar will push you away. She won't. You know what I mean? So it hit different when she's welcoming. It's like a little woman. It's like really feeling a little woman's energy. It's like Indy, but just don't know how to communicate yet. You know what I mean? So she one day I was in the dumps. I created hell for myself one morning. Rabbit hole, my head and my feet. And she jumped on the bed and came up like behind me. Joan was like how my mom would be if when I was lacking at something and I felt like that and my mom did it, or if her mom does it, it was that type energy. And I'm like, damn, you too. Right. You know what I mean? I'm doing something right. You know what I mean? So not having not him not being there was a plus, but as an adult and moving on, like, cause my kids are gonna leave me one day. But I do wish I had that to go back home to, like somebody that like made me feel bulletproof. You know what I mean? You know how you got your person that make you, that you have that person like some support would make me rumble Mike Tyson. The right support. We all know ain't nobody gonna rumble Mike. But you got that one person that put that battery in your back and you know they gonna ride with you. You'll do anything. You'll run through the wall for the coach.
Yeah.
Same thing. Like, so. It was good, but I think I needed it later in life alone. You know what I mean? I got a lot of feelings I got to work through that I would have liked to work through with somebody.
Right. Yeah. So what was it like just being with your mom? Because I know you like a big supporter of your mom.
The crazy thing with like being just, I got handed responsibilities that I didn't want. And that was cause of it. Like, me and her had a real talk. And my mom said something really important that stuck out to me. I asked, why you keep me? She was 15, you know what I mean, first time, you know what I mean, why'd you keep me? And her reason was, my mom didn't really love me the way I needed specifics. Dad didn't specifics. So no love, no connection. So why not? You stay. At least I could teach you how to love me. You know what I mean?
Right.
And one thing I was trying to explain to my mom. So fast forward a little bit. We're not gonna leave that, just to kind of circle it. Me and my mom will bump heads because she couldn't grasp the fact that I was raised different from her. Your mom didn't do you right, but you did me right. So me and you is we was raised two different ways. Right. With Juice, like my mom is the type that'll tell you, don't touch the oven 100 times over again. No, I'm more of guidance. It's really hot. I'm gonna tell you what will happen if you touch it, and then the choice is yours. Right. You know what I mean? So my mom couldn't really get the fact that, like, yo, look, the certain things that you preached to me and you didn't allow me to feel caused me to lack them now. Like, I wasn't able to be soft because she was soft and hurt her feelings. So all she would do is cover up and be like, no, you got to be this way. But I'm watching her be a different way. Right. So it's such a contradiction. Like as time went on, I didn't know how that contradiction was weighing up. But having my mom was solid. Like, I would have committed suicide if I was in her circumstances. You know what I mean? She had a 5-piece. When she's 15, I got the twins 4 years later, then an Irish twin 9 months later, then my brother. You know what I mean? She had no childhood, like no none of that. So to round it, I just convinced her, let her hear herself say, like, when I had Juice, like when Juice was thought of as, I can't wait to love somebody.
Right.
Love somebody.
Not for somebody to love me.
My mom made me, you love me. And I'm like, do you see the difference? She wouldn't even see how she would manipulate me in certain ways. You know what I mean? Like, like I'll come running for food. Dre, if you was in North Dakota and was like, Mom, I'm hungry and I don't have nothing, I will curse you out, but I'll make my way. You know what I mean?
Right.
The food do it for me. I feed a boy I had to smoke. You gonna eat one more time.
Right.
You know what I mean? At least you can go with some food. Like, you know what I mean? That food is just different. But because I was taught to love her, she don't even see her ways that how you raised me was how you wanted me to be. I was too afraid. Basketball. I was too afraid to tell her I ain't really. It became a job because she ain't make me feel comfortable enough that I could say I really don't want to play. I'd rather do something else.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I was burdened. I was taught to love. So taught to love, I got to go get this house. I got to go get all this stuff for her. Think about when you hear these basketball players, athletes, anybody, business managers, CEOs. Why are you doing what you love? Your passion. They say something like, I got to get the family out. They ain't say nothing about themselves. I got to get the family out. I got to go get my mom and this. So why are you playing, though?
Right.
And that just dawned on me. Like, damn, so I ain't low-key people. Hey, you been all around the country. You did all these places. I ain't never did nothing, though. I had the pressure of, I got to do this. I got this chip on my shoulder. I got to score this specific amount because it'll put me one chip closer to the check for them.
Right.
I done been this joint. This dudes laughing, playing on the court, and can be happy and excited to play. I'm just nervous because I don't know if you really in the way of me really making it for them.
Right.
So this ain't fun. You know what I mean? But the specifics, when you don't have them in parenting, you lose confidence everywhere. So I wasn't even scared. I was too scared to say it.
Right.
I was too, you know what I mean? I thought I'd be too sensitive if I said I really didn't want to do that. Who's to say I ain't want to leave my brothers and sisters? You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
So is that why you against Juice playing basketball?
Yes and no. Like, I love the sports for the discipline, but like the reason I keep Juice away, like I don't want him. Then it's another thing. We already got the same name. He's a junior. Man, go out and because it's way more way more things out here that are just as adventurous as that. Like you can get with the basketball life. Think of sports for a second. Man, if you really like hustle on any other level and just be thorough, you don't gotta be an athlete to pop. Like I think I'm a regular bull.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't gotta be that to be, because I'm gonna keep it real with you. 98% of them bulls is clowns. I'm dead up. I'm talking about clowns. Like you wouldn't hang with him if he wasn't on the poster and good at throwing that rock in the rim. You wouldn't even be around him because he's a clown. He's a blah.
Right.
You can't talk to him. He don't know nothing. He weird. You
Right.
know what I mean? He yo, I'm telling you, man. I remember telling you I hate athletes. Like I hate athletes because they like you get them ones that take advantage of everything. You can tell they ain't never really have nothing. So it's like that's what I want Juice to understand. Like you can have everything you want without being the typical three things that we're supposed to be.
Right.
You know what I mean? Go beat the odds. Go be some wild I could cheer for you at. Like I hope he become like a famous DJ. I'm gonna be at every concert from wild. Like I'll let him quit high school and everything. Like we'll get you homeschooled. I'm with that. Like I'm that pop. Like
Right.
Dad, I want to quit and be a worm farm. Let's get it. I'm gonna get the dirt tomorrow. Like this what you would, cause on some real, I just don't want them to be my age going through what I'm going through mentally and emotionally, cause it blocks so many years.
Right. I feel that.
We I feel that, man. Let's change gears a little bit. I want to ask you some relationship stuff before we get out of here. As a dad, you know, how has the relationship changed having from one kid to two kids in the house?
I think they be trying to break us up. I'm convinced, like I don't get no action. I don't get no action. But you know what I mean. But I love her. Like on some real, it helps you get your priorities straight. You grow up. You really grow up. Like you put things into perspective. Like I'm not gonna say like I was a pig as far as how I treated women, but I love sex. Like I love sex.
Mm-hmm.
And when with the kids, like especially if like me and Indy's I'm at the top of the sex drive joint, Indy at the bottom. And it's not a bad thing. It's just that like for me, a bad day and having sex will make I feel better. Like I'll get motivated. I'll go out here and get right. Indy won't. It ain't like that. That's not what will get her right. And the funny thing is, I need that because I can get stagnant with that and become lackadaisical. And I'm just realizing this. You know what I mean? Like you need it. Like, and I ain't gonna front before I got up here. Or, you know what I mean? You think about it, you be like, man, I ain't getting none. But when you really think about it, like the insecurities of my kids,
right?
The insecurities. I ain't getting none. Condition and say we instantly gotta think, well, if we ain't getting it, somebody else getting it.
Right.
Why conditioning gotta be like that? Why she really can't be going through something? And it's that she can't. She feels so. Indy felt so bad about herself that she didn't even feel like she was attractive to me. I never would have thought. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right, you talking crazy.
What? You kidding me? I be
That's a
following
fact.
you around here more than they do. And that's how you, but with that, I got to see, I portray a lot of what I feel on the people.
Right.
So I'll be like, Ma, you bum. And then ask you, like, I know you think I'm a bum, don't you? Like, damn, bro, that ain't even what I think. Like, and Indy be, what are you talking about? Like, what? I never said that. It's just me talking about me. No reinforcement, though. Like, you know, yo, all right, Ma, you did this, but here go a little bit. Me in the mirror. Our love language, you know what I mean? Trying to give back. So the kids on the relationship, it's strenuous as hell, but you're gonna learn about your partner too. You're gonna learn how they struggle. If is the struggle, because what's not fair to men, I think at times, is the struggle, you know that double standard?
Yeah.
We hit all the chicks we king, they hit all the dudes they a hoe. It's a double standard with certain things in a relationship. Like it's a double standard to think, like, I seen a post that said, in order for a relationship to work, the man has to be more in love with the woman than she is with him. And it's funny because instantly you got people like, what? That don't even make sense. But I thought about it for a second. Conditioning, what we have to do, what we have to put in, or what we may have to prove. I'm not saying to all women, but to conditioned women.
Right.
You know, like they say, you gotta, you know how the normal girl now is, you gotta come with the bag. You know what I mean? You gotta come with that. Well, you know what I mean? Why do I have to come with that? You know what I mean? Why can't you love me if we supposed to love each other and have a bond? Why is the bag the initiator? Why you can't get to know me and see my heart and realize, like, I really bond with you to the end? That's the bag. If I don't have that, you won't take the time to see what I'm really made of. You know what I mean? So that's like a double standard. So in a relationship, like, I feel like the guy, like being sensitive. It's women out here who will tell they guy, man, stop being sensitive in regard to him. But you need me to be what? To understand you when you are complaining, crying, and being what? Sensitive.
Right, and be empathetic.
Yeah, so it's like how and that's the double standard. Like, you sensitive. Why you bringing that up? Or why it's usually the defensive things that you really don't want to talk about. But that's the stuff we live with. You know what I mean? And that's a double standard.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? So,
Oh, we appreciate it, man. And we coming up on the end, so we got to play documented quality time with you.
okay.
It's a this or that game. You got to pick one or the other.
Okay.
So, first one is: are you more likely to be teaching the kids how to play the guitar or play the drums?
Juice would be the guitarist and Solar would be the drummer. So yeah, they gonna get everything on the music tip. Yeah.
True. Are you more likely to be cooking with the kids or running up the art museum steps?
Where y'all get these from? These is like really good. Like,
Come on, we do our homework sometimes.
damn.
I feel like we in your life or something.
Yeah, like these joints. These is tough questions. Nah, I'm probably honestly cooking.
Cooking.
Yeah, probably cooking with them. Yeah.
Are you more likely to be playing Fortnite with Juice or 2K?
Fortnite definitely.
Fortnite,
Yeah,
for sure.
Fortnite for sure. Fortnite for sure. We shoot stuff up.
Are you more likely to be doing Solara hair or teaching her how to swim?
Probably how to swim.
How to swim?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Roughneck. Yeah, she's a roughneck.
True that. We appreciate you, bro. You know, it's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. We appreciate you for coming through.
Man. It's a pleasure.
Now we want to thank everybody for listening. Make sure you check out our online store. Grab you some More Than a Dad or More Than a Mom merch. Maul, we want to thank you, man.
Appreciate
Until next time, y'all.
It's been real.
More than a dot, more than a dot.